Liverpool genuinely look unstoppable right now. 12 wins in 14 games. And everyone said they've played no one. Everyone has said you got a tough run of games coming your way. You haven't beaten a big six side. They beat Man United. Yeah, but you've got to face Chelsea. They beat Chelsea. How are you going to get on in the Champions League away? They've beaten AC Milan and Leipzig. Oh, but the League Cup, you're not going to get through. They go and beat Brighton. Genuinely look one of the best teams in Europe right now. It doesn't matter if it's Gakpo, Salah, Nunez, Jota, Diaz, or the midfield players that come in, whether it's Curtis Jones or Soboslai, Mac 10, Gravenberch. They look really, really strong. And yet again, another win, and they're now through to the quarterfinals, where Liverpool will be looking to retain that competition. The holders are through to the quarterfinals again, where they will face Southampton away. And let's be honest, Liverpool will go there and get the job done. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel if you are new around here. The road to 30,000 subscribers is well and truly on. We're less than 800 away now from 30,000. So if you enjoy the content, drop a like, subscribe, and something like 89% of everyone who watches the Liverpool content is not subscribed. So let me know your thoughts. Brighton 2, Liverpool 3. And I think the two Brighton goals were a consolation, if I'm going to be brutally honest. And Liverpool made a number of changes. A hell of a lot of changes, let's be honest. No Konate, no Van Dijk, no Trent, no Kelleher, no McAllister. The only one in this 11, the only two players you could say that are genuinely first-team players consistently is Robertson, Diaz, and Soboslai. Morton's come into the team. Gakpo's in and out of the team. Curtis Jones as well. Joe Gomez got a start. Connor Bradley got a start. Yaros got a start. And it was a really interesting game. And it reminded me, I think this game's the closest game we have seen so far to a Jurgen Klopp style game. What I mean by that is Arne Slot is obsessed with controlling the football match from the midfield, keeping a solid defense, and not turning the game into a basketball match. Brighton played a really strong side. No Danny Welbeck, Enciso in there, Adingra is in there, Van Heck and Igor in there, Lamptey, who was really good. And when you look at the match stats, you know, Brighton had a lot of shots. Liverpool had a lot of shots as well, but Brighton had a lot of shots. That is a bit of a rare theme under Arne Slot. I think the most shots he's faced is 21 this season. That was against Bournemouth. Everyone else seems to be limited to 16 or under, but Brighton had a number of chances. Liverpool controlled the game in terms of possession with 114 more passes than Brighton. And the corners, Brighton had more as well. But the game, you know, the first half, Brighton had a big chance early on. I can't remember if it might have been in Ciso. It might have been, I can't remember what the midfielder was, but it goes out to the left. He plays him through. Robertson sprinting, trying to catch up. And it's a good save from the goalkeeper. And the first half was a little bit boring. All 5 goals come in the second half. And, you know, Liverpool weren't really tested. Brighton weren't really tested. There weren't too many opportunities. However, the second half was, talk about, and I've said this a lot. I've said this a lot with Arne Slot. That team talk is ringing in your ears. It is ringing in your ears. And you go out there, you've literally just kicked off, and Cody Gakpo, what a finish that is. That is absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. Cuts it off the left. And we've seen that so many times of Cody Gakpo getting the ball out on the left flank, on the left wing, drops the shoulder, cuts in, opens his body up, and the finish is absolutely devastating for Liverpool. And that is now 12 wins out of 14. And I was about to say Cody Gakpo, but Cody Gakpo with an absolute devastating finish. Minutes after that, about 5 minutes after that, Liverpool have a great chance. Diaz lays off Soboslai. who fails to get the finish away, and that would have been 2-0 up in very short, quick succession. They do eventually go 2-0 up on the hour. That man there, Cody Gakpo, running from the left-hand side and just rifles it in at the near post. And I'm thinking, right, what a performance from Liverpool. 2-0 up away from Brighton, a tough place to go. And they haven't had it easy in terms of the League Cup games. You know, they've played West Ham and they've played Brighton away. Not the easiest of fixtures, not as hard as ours. Coventry away, Man City, and then Man United. Really tough fixtures. But for Liverpool, they've had 2 Premier League sides. They've dispatched them. They're 2-0 up on the hour. And, you know, a little bit of a bozo moment. They brought on McAllister. They brought on Nioni for Endo. And they brought on Salah. They brought on Nunes. They were just kind of cruising towards the end. And a bit of a couple of bozo moments from Kwanzaa. Brighton get back into the game. Fair play to them from Adingra, who makes it 2-1, gets a goal back. But then shortly after that, Luis Diaz, another really strong goal from Liverpool. And just to kind of, you know, kill any chance of a comeback, they make it 3-1. Really good finish. Runs in from that left-hand side and just drags it back into the near post. And then, you know, in the 90th minute, Lamptey got a goal, but it was more of a consolation. They brought on Konate. And Liverpool should be really, really happy. You know, wins against Chelsea, wins against Leipzig, wins against Palace, Bologna, Wolves away. Yes, they drew to Arsenal. On another day, they might have got something out of that. But they have not lost a game now since the 14th of September. And they have won 12 of a possible 14 games under Arne Slot. And they look really, 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 really good. Now, the next 3 games is going to be a big test for them. They've got Brighton again. Then they play Leverkusen. And then they play Aston Villa. But whatever test Liverpool keep facing, whether it's Brighton away, whether it's Chelsea at home, whether it's, you know, Arsenal away, look at these results. Look at these results. Let's go from the Milan game. 3-1, 3-0, 5-1, 2-1, 2-0, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 2-2, 3-2. And I look at these games, I'll be honest, I think they beat Brighton, I think they beat Leverkusen, and I think they beat Aston Villa and Southampton. You know, 3 games on the bounce now at Anfield. Liverpool should be really happy about that. One of the best home records they've got this season. Only that one slip up against Nottingham Forest. But I'll be honest, they look really, really strong right now. You know, I think when I look at what Liverpool can offer this season, how strong their squad is, their performances. Gravenberch has been really good this season. Cody Gakpo as well has turned up in a number of games. You know, Gakpo has got, I think he just loves the League Cup whenever it comes down to that competition. He's got 4 goals in the League Cup and 1 assist, 0 goals in the Premier League. But the League Cup last year, he had 4 goals. They won it last year. I think, I'll be honest, I'll be shocked if they don't win it again. And if Arne Slot can win the League Cup in his first year, you know, he must be really, really happy with that, because the League Cup is kind of where you bring that winning mentality. The first, you know, win of the season, you can kind of get, the first trophy over the line. They look really good. They've won, you know, 7 out of their first 9 games in the league. They're 1 point off of Manchester City. They haven't had any serious injuries. And right now they are firing on all cylinders. Gakpo looks great. You know, Darwin Núñez, when he's coming to the team, looks good as well. Gravenberch and McAllister balling out. And the fact that they were able to rest and rotate, you know, the likes of Konate. I mean, he can only come on for 5 minutes or so. But Van Dijk, Trent, you know, Salah only come on for 20 minutes. I mean, you look at the bench. Look at how strong that bench is. Salah, McAllister, Núñez, Van Dijk, Konate. Trent was given a night off last night, so he will be fully fit and firing. I do expect Liverpool to go out there, I was about to say tomorrow, Saturday, and comfortably put 3 or 4 goals past this Brighton side. Of course, Brighton have rested players, but the game is at Anfield, and the 3 points will be the absolute bare minimum. Like I said in this game, a couple of bit of a bozo moments at the end, but overall, I do think I do think genuinely Liverpool this season look a completely different side to the one under Jurgen Klopp. Yes, last night had a bit of a basketball um, sort of theme to it in terms of how up and down that game was. But I'll be honest, overall, I think Liverpool should be happy. They move on, they get through to the next round. They'll be looking to retain the cup. And if Liverpool can pick up, FA Cup and a League Cup in Arne Slot's first season, maybe win the Premier League, maybe win the Champions League, you know, he deserves a serious amount of praise for his time so far. A lot of people thought Liverpool would slip off. A lot of people thought now that Jurgen Klopp's gone, they're not going to be as good. And he's won 12 of his first 14 games as Liverpool manager. It's actually phenomenal. It is phenomenal. The strikes from Cody Gakpo, by the way, that first goal, the goals in this cup, Wanyeri, Sarr, Casemiro, Gakpo, even Werner's goal, really, really good finishes, really good high standard of football. But I think Liverpool win again at the weekend and they just keep on moving. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you have subscribed, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. I am out.